Hello and welcome back to our continuation of Let's Defend. Going to take a detour from the monitoring alerts and take a crack at the DFIR entries. So I figure we'll start with the first one. The investigation case about FireEye red team tools. Try to find the root cause of incident. Start. Let's see what we got. Maybe? Oh, okay. Just gotta be patient. Company's data being put up to sale. In a hacking form, it says, I love you, Anderson, at the end of the post. We know that an attacker leaked data from inside the organization. We have no idea how the incident happened. As an incident spotting, you need to find out how this occurred and the root cause. Log management, endpoint security, and threat intel pages 4. That should be enough for finding. Alright, so log management, endpoint, and threat intel. Okay, let's look at threat intel. 50 items per page. Bunch of phishing. Password that leaked. Finding the root cause. Okay. So we got a bunch of hashes, everything else like that. Bad IPs, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Phishing, phishing, phishing. Bunch of malware. Okay, log management, destination. Nada. Source address. We got one thing for 25 for exchange. David, destination, Mark at Let's Defend. No agent installed, no agent installed, no agent installed. Mark's phone. Alright, well, let's just start running through and seeing if anything else kind of falls in our lap. No? Apparently not. It is extremely vague. Although, I love you, Anderson, at the end of the post. Do we have anybody here that looks like it would stand out for Anderson? Desktop dash Anderson. Okay, so that was at least a decent enough hint. I love you, Anderson. What do we find? Desktop-Anderson at 172.16.1754. Move my phone out of the way so I can hit the keyboard. So let's see. To note this, I love you, Anderson. And we're gonna do equals, 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 equals. Desktop Anderson. Jot down the IP address. Okay, so that's a pretty good idea. So we're looking for anything that he was involved in. Anderson's been busy. Okay, so endpoint. When was the last time? December 19th. And that pretty much all stops December 19th? Yes. Starts in the... That's interesting. I figured it would be sorting it by time, but yet we jump from 9:10 to 6:21 p.m. and then we're back into a.m. Okay. Can we just do it by number and actually have? Okay, yeah, that looks like that works out just fine. Now we got destination address. What kind of data was going? ABC no go, coronavirus, including something that's culturally or news relevant. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Apache. Polls. Okay, let's move on to the next one, the 152.199. TechCrunch. I guess quicker examination. Hey, look, port 4444. That looks odd. And what do we get? We get data. It looks like it's base 64 encoded. So let's play on a hunch. Base 64 decode.org. Pass list. Anderson. Oh, well, you cheeky, cheeky people. Bad actors. I'm gonna plug in the keyboard. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so let's start creating. So that was endpoint, not endpoint, but so here it is communication stream out to 161.35.41.241 on port 4444. Okay, so we have, this is all going to be December 19th, 2020. Okay, and then what we have at sequential order 11:28. 18:18. And so what I'm doing is formatting the sections I'm going to decode in my notepad document, doing it on the 24-hour clock as opposed to the 12-hour clock, because I am just that big of a pain in the butt. Alright, so that's questionable. Don't have an immediate decode for that. But let's continue. Alright, that is definitely base 64 encoded. But does it give us anything that's worthwhile? Yes, it does. Gives us the host name, which we kind of figured out, and gives us our next section of data. Back to base 64 and run. What do we get? Oh, there's our user account list. And our final one, which I should have probably just jotted down as opposed to going back to it, but at least it gives us the password list. Oh, that's a fairly complex password. Fairly. Pass list. Okay. So, what's the questions now? Programming language the backdoor is written in. So we go back here, we take a look. It's going to be Python. Only just because of the fact that of everything here, that WMI process looks odd. Got Acrobat, Chrome, Semantic. Not flagging any alerts. Giant surprise on that one. I mean, I love Semantic. Okay, so we got all this good stuff here. And let me guess, if we go and take a look, that's just going to be the actual hash for the service. Let's take a look. Yes, the actual file published by Microsoft. Okay, so that's not going to get us anything. And it's Python 2.7. Lambda, command, piping, socket, writing the information out, list one. Okay, so let's go back. What language is it in? Python. Oh. Well, that's cheeky. Curly brackets. One 6 1 3 5 4 1 2 4 1. Curly bracket. Okay, am I getting anything right? Okay, I got that one right. Which tool triggered the reverse shell? Which user's password leaked except administrator? Oh, wait, why am I doing this? This is so much easier. Just copy and paste. You got it straight from the base 64 decoding. You can definitely tell this is a Monday that I'm recording this. Because I'm not bothering to read all the way through. I'm just trying to run through it. It's been a long day. Okay, so we got that one. What is the MD5 of the back door? No, that is the question. I don't think that that's generally. Oh, I didn't do anything for it. Ah, okay. So we've got the comm traffic. Assuming network connections will show us the same aspect, the same comms to the 161. Yeah, right in through here. TechCrunch, okay, so it was just out doing normal web surfing. So that's the portion that looks or stands out. The content aspect actually was okay, so they've popped out. I don't suppose it gives us anything else. Give me the raw section. Gorat. Gorat. FireEye. Gorat. I suppose they'll give me a little bit more information as to what we're looking for here. Disclosed. Ba, 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 ba. Did we not have a question for? Oh, I gotta get the. Author of the backdoor. FireEye. What programming language is the backdoor written in? Countermeasures. I don't suppose that Unit 42, okay, they talk about the breach, but the question is, do they jump in on the actual tools themselves? See, we're back to this. We got GoRat. The fact that there's snort rules. It very well just could be sitting right in front of me. Red team countermeasures. Red team countermeasures. So they basically just put all that stuff out. Okay, so they've got. We're just looking at the snort rules. So why don't we take a look at the GitHub and see as to whether or not if we can find hashes. Oh. Okay, it was not what I was hoping for. Man history. Config directory hostname net user. Who am I? And zipping. TechCrunch. Yep, gives us nothing except for the process list. And we can't pull the hash from there because that is at least I would not think that's going to be it. Okay, good. So there is still something else that gotta work through. So there's our connection string. Wait. Since when does services.exe sit on the user's desktop? Yeah, that's the question now, isn't it? And wasn't one of the questions what language? Go. Jeez. What tool triggered the reverse shell? Just taking a blind stab at it. Nope. Well, I mean, we're fairly close, just 2 left. Agent platform. A little bit disappointed. I mean, we've got the path, but we're missing the MD5. Which might have been a quick and simple solution. Let's try refreshing the page just to see. Nope. Unless it is supposed to actually be there and just for whatever reason is not. What tool? It's not services. It's not the WMI. Any desk. Realistically, the last thing I could think of would be had to go through and grab the hashes and see as to whether or not if I can find something that would line up with it. Although this does take me outside of the tool set that they denoted. They point back to the repository again, which doesn't help me because I need to find the exact portion in order to try to figure out what this stuff is. There's got to be an easier way, something I'm not thinking properly about. I don't suppose that there's... Here we go, Pico. Beacon. Okay, I think we're in the right area here. Packed. Key farce. Come on, baby, come on. Save me from having to go through and actually use a hint. Maybe. Red Flare, Go Rat is a remote access Trojan written in the Golang language. Oh, well, Go apparently worked as well. But we have hashes that they want MD5s of. So because they listed two, B72. Let's go to endpoint. I mean, there's nothing in here that's B72, right? Something I somehow looked over? No. I wonder as to whether or not if that's something else I missed, or as to whether or not if there really should be the MD5 listed there. But since it looks like there was only 2 of them, we will take a crack. Okay, what's the next one? Even though it's a shot 256. Except that shows it's APK. Nope. Okay. No, rather than just sit here on dead air, give me the hint. It's written in Python. Socket. Yes. Sorry, I know this is not extremely riveting. It's a standard thing of just kind of beating your head against the wall. No dot py. Even though it's supposedly written in Python. I don't suppose it's just that simple. No. Tool. Something written in Python, but that doesn't really help me. Oh, head meet desk, desk meet head. Whack, whack, whack. Well, so far the threat intelligence really hasn't come into play in the slightest. Ultimately. Well, let's go back and just kind of use threat intel and we'll just kind of brute force a little bit. Emotet. Maybe we'll see something here that mentions the FireEye breach. Emotet. Emotet. Another emotet. Emotet or bust, baby. Emotet. My kingdom for an emotet. No, that's not helpful. I just basically feel like I'm sitting here spinning my wheels now. Ah, yes, the AnyDesk stuff from before. Okay. Was the second one the same? Persistence. Start miner. Oh, is this a mining tool? Or a Bitcoin miner? Yep, Phoenix miner, okay. Yeah, I don't think that's going to have much of anything to help us with. As much as it would be nice. PowerShell downloader. Well, thus far I am entirely lost as to what. What help any of this is then for threat intel. This is just basically attempts just to see. Written in Python. In packet. Okay, I have to do a little bit more research then. So let's go into here for Zscaler. Maybe they break it down a little bit more. So this is specifically in relation to the solar winds. But it does make mention of it. Not that it gives us IOCs. Yeah, we got names, we just don't have We're missing the MD5 somewhere. Goes back to that. Yep, that really does not help. Still makes me think it's that services.exe that's sitting on the desktop for the user, but the problem being I don't have an MD5 that's listed for services. Yeah, I know, this is definitely not that interesting to sit there and watch the constant banging of the head. I don't have much of anything else considering the fact I have not been able to find anything. You know, you already tried this, so it's not gonna work. Saw a detection rule about the back door. It's like, yeah, but what? Huh. I mean, I'm all for detection rules, but where's the hash? Uh, yeah, all this material. See if I just preload the McAfee page with the script blocker turned back on. See if this actually cleans up a little bit. No, apparently not. All references for rat. Backdoor, go rat. Oh great, we see this one, so it gives us part of it, but my question is, what good does pointing us to the rule set do? I mean, congrats, we get this, but what does any of that do for us? Domain hash, yeah, which we don't have. Oh, this is the same thing I had pulled up, isn't it? Yeah. What was it called? Red Flare? Go Rat Production. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, guess what? It's giving you the MD5. I got a sneaking suspicion it's this one. Maybe. I don't know. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Hey, alright. But, interesting. Definitely pays to sit there and have paid a much, much closer eye to all the FireEye tools. But it looks like that is everything there. It's slightly aggravating, but I've dealt with a lot worse. uh, okay, so I doubt that they're going to want me to sit there and put the answers out there. But I suppose realistically, I mean, what was the biggest help out of all this stuff here? Well, probably just a direct link to this and then the actual GitHub repository. That's what I'll probably put in for the notes. But so there's a little bit of mental puzzling out in regards to the first DFIR exercise on the Let's Defend platform.